finer.
Okay, you ready?
I am.
And we are live. Hello, everybody. I'm Zachary Kirk, and this is the one and the only Kasele Mshinda. Can you bring it down? You know, she's short, kind of short, and she is the one and the only. I'm going to move this and make it dynamic. Foodie first. She is a phenomenal chef, and so we are really glad for those who are out there and able to join us. You can see in with us. We want you to make comments, chat in the box, so that you can watch us kind of cook some super great pasta, keto friendly. Today is National Pasta Day, and we are making my favorite pasta. Cassell, let's talk about these ingredients. Tell us what we got.
Yes, so we're doing Cajun seafood pasta. So I have some different spices here. I have garlic powder, but then also have fresh minced garlic. This is a smoked paprika, some hot pepper, salt, thyme leaves. These are Italian spices, so there's some additional thyme and oregano here. Fresh parsley, always fresh parsley. Fresh shaved Parmesan, always fresh that as well. I have some broccoli and some seasoned tomatoes that may add a little color. And then we're using, instead of actual pasta, we're using Palmini, which is made of hearts of palm. So to me, hearts of palm taste a little like artichoke in terms of the texture and flavor. So it can be acquired. You know, you don't expect a crunch when you eat a noodle, but it's so delicious. I eat hearts of palm in my tuna, and depending on how they're cut, they can like substitute as scallop. So very delicious. And then I have shrimp and mussels. So all of this is keto friendly.
So, Cassella, here's a question. You said that you always emphasize fresh
parsley for sure.
And fresh Parmesan. Why?
Fresh Parmesan. So fresh parsley will have a little more flavor. You can have dried herbs. I have dried oregano here, but the fresh parsley will just give you fresher bite when you and I top everything with fresh parsley. And then fresh Parmesan is softer. When you buy packaged cheese, you might notice how hard the shreds are. So they don't even really feel like shredded cheese. They're like little wood sticks to me, and they come with all kinds of chemicals on the outside that are used to preserve them. But if you buy a fresh block, so you can see I left the block in here so you can see we freshly shaved. It's so soft and fluffy, and it's gonna melt and be really super creamy in the pasta.
Oh wow, super excited. So let's carry it over. We're gonna turn this around, carry it over. I have never done in my life. So for those of you who are like watching this, know that I have never done a cooking video in my life. I've also never done a dynamic let's move around video in my life. So this is the first time. So hopefully it's going well. Hopefully the movement isn't confusing you. If so, definitely let us know. I'm going to be checking comments, so feel free to comment. Feel free to make like some thoughts or share some things with us. Kasele is now getting ready to do the. Make sure we get you in.
Yep, I'm getting ready to just start the pan. So this is actually going to be like a one-pan dish.
I think I have to bring it down.
Yeah, I can go on my tippy toes, but
no, I think. I don't know if it will.
I'm starting in the pan with just some. Okay, let me talk about what I'm making. We're going to make a butter garlic herb pasta. So the sauce is not going to have any cream in it. Not right now anyway. That's a decision that can be made. But the sauce is not going to have any cream in it. So it's really going to be like a buttered garlic sauce. So in that case, like your sauce is really just butter. Well, the problem with cooking just butter is that it does brown. So if you don't want to have, and I love brown butter on my lobster especially, but if you don't want to have like a brown sauce, you have to balance the butter with a little extra virgin olive oil. So I've got organic extra virgin olive oil. I'm not going to use a whole lot, maybe like 2 tablespoons as I spill it in. And then I'm going to, so that's going to help to kind of taper off all that butter that's burning. But then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. So I have a lot of butter here, but we're going to do this in portions. And I have my oven on medium high, just so that it doesn't cook too fast. And if it looks like it is, I'm going to just turn it down. Right now, I just want to get the butter melted so that I can toss in some of the ingredients that require a little extra cooking. So I think the broccoli will go in to this mixture a little bit early, and then I'll set aside and get the shrimp ready.
Somehow I think you're back.
Oh, did I cut off?
Briefly.
Okay.
Okay.
So I got, but I can hear my butter sizzling, so I'm turning it down just a little bit more because again, what I don't want to do is brown that butter. I just want it to melt. Into this butter, so that the butter gets flavored, I'm going to go grab my minced garlic and a few of the parsley flakes, minced garlic.
And while she's getting those minced garlics, keep the comments coming and thoughts coming. And so you browned, you put your butter in, but you don't want to brown it because if it's too high heat, it's going to brown. Correct. And it's going to ruin the flavor. And so now.
Yeah, and some people like brown butter, but it'll make your color, the color of your pasta. So I'm going to add in some garlic and a few sprigs of thyme. They're really leaves. There's some sprigs on there, some thyme.
If you could describe the taste of thyme, how would you describe that?
So I love thyme. The idea of herbs is that they give you more aroma than they do flavor sometimes. But thyme is one of those things that to me is very earthy and just reminds me of a savory dish. So I put thyme on a lot of dishes and it has a beautiful color as well. It will brown as you cook it, but it's still so delicious and you can smell it. Thyme is also incredible in a cocktail. So if you make cocktails and you think of things that like mint and basil, you can replace those with thyme and rosemary and they're just as delicious.
Look who popped up. Look, she looks like you, Sherry. Look at that. She came through. Look at that. Hair just like yours.
This is my roommate, Sherry. Hey, Sherry. Okay. So I got my garlic in here. Now, I'm also going to be really careful with the garlic because burnt garlic can be bitter. So I've actually pulled the pot off because we're kind of talking about this. As I put my garlic in, I'm going to move it back over onto the fire. The fire is on low at this point. But I'm going to watch this garlic a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't get out of order as the butter's cooking. But what I'm doing right now is really flavoring the butter sauce. Yeah. And I would add some white wine, but if we're trying to keep this keto, we're going to omit. And it doesn't, it's okay.
My cousin said, don't touch her hair.
It's fine.
Well noted, Lamont. Well noted.
So trying to bring this back up to heat. And so let's toss in.
Oh, I am the official sous chef. So I know that you guys don't know this, but I'm actually a pretty average to horrible cook. So I'm just going to assist Kasele in this keto cooking experience. So what do you want me to do?
Okay, I was going to do the broccoli first, but I've changed my mind. And that's beautiful about cooking, right? Because it can just be what you want it to be. And I think I want to start with this shrimp first and flavor that up. So I have...
These are the shrimp. Huge bowl. Look at that. Look at those shrimp. So here's a question that I have for you, Kasele. Because sometimes people agonize over their ingredients and what to buy and where to buy from. Where do you get your shrimp, and how do you recommend people pick out the right shrimp? This look like big, giant alien shrimp.
Yeah, these aren't that large. They look a little big. They are extra large shrimp. But
Hey, Melissa!
I like to get my shrimp, all of my meat, really, from the farmer's market. And there are several, right? So there's the Cab Farmer's Market.
That's the best one.
Nom de Moon is like, in different areas of the city. But they do a really good job because the fish is fresh. And so I can see exactly what my sizes are without looking at a frozen bag and trying to guess whether half of it is ice or not. So that's the kind of shrimp that I get. I like the extra large from the farmer's market. All right, you guys are going with it, huh? I'm getting ready to turn this down just a little bit. But I'm finished. So notice that I didn't pour the shrimp in here. I'm placing them because I want to be able to turn them over and know that each side was attended to. So I don't know that that's super necessary, but that's kind of how I make a shrimp. I also left the tails on, and that is purely aesthetic. So you can pick your shrimp up and bite it off from the tail, but the tails are so gorgeous when they're cooked. And I like to feel like you eat with your eyes first. So that's how I cook.
And so to give him a view, can you give him a view yet? A small view?
Yeah, sure. That's a shrimp. It's in there right now. Now I'm about to add some seasoning to it. So let's see. Zach,
Which
you
one?
want it won't even matter. Let's start with the garlic powder. It's all going in here at some point.
Look how little. It's like it's a little bit of garlic powder.
Yes, a little bit of garlic powder.
I'm going to purchase. Can you? I don't even know where the camera is. But anyway, wherever the camera is that it? Okay, I found it. I'm going to buy some of these little bitty cool
ramekins.
What are they called?
Ramekin.
Smurf bowls.
So I'm gonna put in just a little bit of, and you know, I know you hear me saying a little bit. I'm not great with measurement. I like to cook for flavor.
As do most black people.
This is probably a tablespoon of garlic powder. It's probably what it is. And, you know, garlic is beautiful, so we're going to go with that. All right, how about some smoked paprika?
This one? No, this one.
Yes. And so paprika, of course, gives color to a lot of foods. Smoked paprika just smells like a barbecue pit. It is amazing. But you could also have sweet paprika, hot paprika. There's so many types. Again, Farmer's Market in DeKalb is where I get it. And I'm just going to literally kind of fill that paprika on there. And it's gorgeous. All right, let's see. What else you got over there? Those Italian seasonings would be good. Those will work. Perfect. A little thyme, dried oregano. So you see, I do engage dry seasonings sometimes. And they're just as delicious. But for parsley, it's got to be fresh. We can do salt, a little pepper. Yeah. Pinch of salt. We'll come back on that. Yep. I just tossed some hot pepper flakes into my black pepper because it's all pepper, and I knew I was going to put some in. And this is just a little mixture of like an Old Bay, some cayenne, more spice. You want a picture there?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to hold on that one for just a second.
This looks great and it smells great.
Yeah. That's good. It's a pinch of fresh parsley going in. Now I'm going to just take these tongs and turn each one over so I can give some love to the other
and
side.
And so you're turning the shrimp over. You've only been making the shrimp basically not even 5 minutes.
Yeah. And
so about 5 minutes, then you flip them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of key, right? Because as someone who isn't a cook, and who doesn't cook, sometimes we grow up and we see our like grandmother and mother like walk away. You didn't walk away. You're sitting the whole time, nurturing the food, taking care of the food, and making sure that the food doesn't burn. Because when I cook, sometimes it burns. Sometimes my shrimp come out real rubbery.
Yeah, and you know, I like an overcooked shrimp. Let me just be honest with you, but it doesn't have to be overcooked. And if it's just pink on both sides, it really is done. So, but if I'm doing like a gumbo or something like that, I'm gonna let that shrimp go in that liquid, and it may appear overcooked to some, delicious to me. All right. So far, all of our ingredients are keto friendly. I mean, you could choose to use more or less of anything. It's pretty good. All right. Zach, I'm going back in.
Okay.
With the same steps. Just, you know, I think I poured in all the garlic powder though.
But you're adding, you know, now that you
the other side.
Mm-hmm. You're seasoning the other side so that those flavors will be captured and they're going to be in there.
Yes. It smells so good in here already.
It does.
Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, gloves. Need new ones. All right.
And I think we can hold it up a little bit so you guys can kind of get a look. Look how beautiful that is and how, like, great.
It's going, it's going.
And I can only imagine how these will taste with it. These are the Palmini low-carb noodles. I bought these at Kroger. The one, if you were in Atlanta, I bought these at the Kroger on Memorial Drive. and Glenwood, and they are 4 grams of carb. This is a vegetable, not an actual pasta dish, and so we're using these for today as the National Pasta Day favorite pasta that I have. And also, in addition to being only 4 grams of carbs, one serving is only 20 calories. 20 calories. You can eat the whole pack, and you're only getting in 60 calories. And because there's no additives to it, this is a Weight Watchers 0 point food. So you're adding more butter.
So I am adding more butter because the idea is for the butter and the garlic to be the sauce. So I did add more butter. If you don't want to use lots of butter for the calories, although I'm not getting ready to give you a great alternative.
Oh, I think it's fine. That's the benefit of Weight Watchers. You can eat whatever you want.
Listen, I love
it.
But
and this is the thing, right? So when you are, a WW member, you're thinking about the calories, but you're also thinking about the ingredients, and that's why when you use something like the Palmini pasta, it's a 0 point food, so you can easily count the calories for the butter because you're saving calories on the actual pasta.
Very good. Okay, very good. Butter is great. It's gonna have the flavor in here for this garlic butter shrimp sauce.
The whole pack. The whole pack.
Not the whole pack. I have some left over, Jamel. So let's see. So, however, if you wanted to make this a cream sauce, you really could add a little heavy cream in here as well, and then it would become just a different dish, But we're gonna make this creamy by adding fresh Parmesan, right? Fresh grated Parmesan. So these shrimp are good. They're ready to go. I need to add in now, toss in some very tiny broccoli florets, which should cook fairly quickly, but then you also don't want to overcook your vegetables, so that's okay. Maybe some of these will help me get a little bit of these spices off of this glove. This is good. So I added some broccoli in here, and we're not going to overcook them, but they're getting tossed in all that seasoning, all that the juice from the shrimp and the butter and the sauce and all that good stuff. And the palmini we've taken out and we have strained it. I think it's there, and that's just according
and washed it. Look at that. This is what it looks like when you open that palmini pack. Right here. This is what it looks like.
I'll toss that in.
You ready?
Yeah.
We are ready for the main ingredients. I got one job.
Do a little bit of this side. Let's see how that works. Okay. That's not bad. Okay. Yeah, we can take it off later because I have a lot of shrimp in here. Now, it is hearts of palm. So what I'm going to try not to do is break it. It's probably pretty delicate as it cooks, and it doesn't need to be cooked, but I do want all of this flavor to get on every strand. So I'm going to try to just toss it a bit and let it get coated in the juice. It's looking pretty good.
It looks great.
Yeah.
And what I'm actually shocked, because I've tried to cook with like zucchini noodles, and I've done that before. What I'm really surprised about the palmini noodles is that they're durable.
They look
like they're holding up. They're not breaking apart.
The
noodles are holding up.
They
like
are.
Real noodles hold up.
Do you want to try one?
Yeah, let's try one.
See what the texture is like.
We will live taste test in. Wow.
What's missing?
Wow.
Cook all, what you got? What
wow, the texture is actually way more like a pasta noodle than a zucchini noodle. The taste is, I'm shocked.
Is it pretty good?
It is. It's the exact same texture as a regular spaghetti noodle, linguine noodle, and the flavor is actually a little bit less like artichoke than I thought. I was expecting a very artichoke taste. It has a slight hint of lemon, but only a slight hint.
Just a slight hint. So
I'm sure that your flavors and all that you put in has helped. You want me to get a plate?
Yeah, you got one. And
we can put on one of those.
It's up to you.
Oh, we can put on one of these.
Yeah, I thought.
This is foodie first and martini maybe. So when she comes with her own accoutrements and all the special things that make this great. So I don't own plates like this, right? My plates. Let me give you one of my plates. See, when you up to here, you eat on this. This was a $1 Walmart plate. But this right here is like that Game of Thrones iron.
Yes, it can go in the
Valyrian steel.
It goes in the oven, so you needed to keep something warm. But I also thought it might do a beautiful job providing some color contrast between the noodles and the plate. Let's top that. Oh, thank you for remembering that. I almost forgot I had other stuff in there. All right, it's looking good. I'm gonna just hit this with some Parmesan, fresh Parmesan, and then of course another toss of fresh parsley.
Oh wow!
To make that happen a little bit. All right, let's see. You want to hold that there? I'm going to grab some fresh parsley and the parsley.
And I will emphasize. And guys, we so far like literally 20 minutes. 20 minutes, and that's it on using these Palmini noodles. 4 grams of carbs, 20 calories per serving. Again, you can eat the whole pack. All of this is only 2 packs. So to be honest with you guys, this whole skillet of pasta is only 120 calories, which is amazing. So when you put in the shrimp, when you put in the butter, you put in the seasoning, you're looking at a full skillet of food that's gonna probably come down to less than 8 WW smart points, which is amazing. When you get 23 a day on certain plans, or up to 30 on certain plans.
Yeah, looks pretty good. We good?
We are.
I want to taste it. I want to see what.
Well, let's give you a big fork.
Let's see. It really looks delicious. I really like this.
Tell us why.
I love it so.
Tell them why. Tell them why.
So really, I had a bite of the noodle and some broccoli, but the texture of the noodle is so good. It's just tender enough to remind you of an al dente noodle, but then you know you're not eating all the carbs. So this is really good because I would just dive in. The flavor of the shrimp and the season on it, so it adopts it. It grabs seasoning very well. So I can imagine had I added some heavy cream to this, it is yummy. It would really, it would gel to the noodle. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to get me
the Palmini noodle. You're saying it really did soak up the flavor well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Soak up the flavor. The crunch is just it's beautiful because you don't want to overcook noodle even when you're cooking pasta. So it's really good. All these flavors went together well. Very good. And it does have like this lemony bite to it, right? So if you were thinking of this, and I was thinking of it as a garlic butter pasta, it's really like a lemon garlic butter pasta because there's some lemon flavor that jumps through the noodle. Very good. Yeah.
We got some comments. What we got?
What's the name of the noodle?
Oh yeah, Palmini. And Palmini. And again, you can buy I bought these at Kroger. You can get them on Amazon. This brand actually was on Shark Tank. It was on Shark Tank. The noodles, again, there's no additives to it. There's no gluten, there's no pasta, no bread. It's actually pure hearts of palm. When I look at the ingredient, plant substitute made out of a natural plant, the heart of palm. It's environmentally sustainable. It's gluten-free, sugar-free, only 4 grams of carb total, only 20 calories per serving, 60 calories with a full bag. You have 2 grams of dietary fiber here. Again, 0 added sugar. And the ingredients are nothing but sliced hearts of palm, water, natural sea salt, and citric acid to preserve it. That's it. And again, if you are someone who does a low carb diet, and I'm getting ready in November to start like a low carb, push in my life. What you will find is that most of the substitutes they recommend, like those zucchini noodles, they break apart as soon as you put any heat to them, and water drains from them, everything because immediately watery. This pasta, no water. It's not watery.
Really good.
Yeah, and again, like Casale stated, I agree with you that it really didn't do a good job of absorbing the flavors very, very well.
Yeah,
so
very great. This is exciting.
Well, that. Yeah, and that's it, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining our very first keto cooking with Casale. We're gonna do this once a month.
That sounds great.
Once a month, and what you're gonna see from me is actually I'm gonna now take all of the footage from my little camera phone. I'm going to turn this into a 15-second TikTok about how to make this at home, the ingredients and everything. And I'm going to post that tomorrow. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, please do so. It's the Zactivist, Zactivist on TikTok. I'll also post it probably here. Thank you guys so much and have a great, great day. Bye, y'all.
See you later.
Oh, and also for my educated friends who are out there, this again is Casale Shinda, Foodie First. She's a math guru and expert in diversity when it comes to mathematics.
Bye.